Hi everyone, I'm Mohammed Yunus and welcome back to the series Building Data Warehouse Step by Step using MSB technology. We are in continuation with 8th topic of our main course, and we started with our SSAS technology course, and we have completed 4 topics of SSAS technology course. In this particular video we'll be covering DSV in detail, data source view in detail. So let's open. So this is data source view which we have created in previous video, and there are some underlying topics which has to be covered, and I have listed in text pad here. So the first topic is named query. So what is named query? You have a business requirement where you don't want to show all your columns of your dimension table. You just want to visualize or showcase only, you want to select only few columns from your dimension table, and the other columns are not actually being utilized by your reports. So it is actually burden every time you pull the data of each column and push into the table. Instead of doing that, you want few selected columns to be populated in your cube database. So you can just abstract your query. You can just select few instead of. So the best example is doing select star from table. So whatever you see is nothing but select star from table. So all columns are listed here. So you want to do specific columns like select customer ID, customer first name, customer last name. So you want to list only few columns. So you can do that by named query. Also you want to, so this is one scenario which we can understand. There is also a scenario where you want to bring data from multiple tables. You want to join and bring out as a dimension. So in that case, named query is very helpful thing for you. So right now we are pulling data from dim geography. So let me remove this table from my data source view and add a new named query, and I'll call it as dim geography. And so let me add a table here. So you can see a dim geography here. Okay, so instead of adding all columns, I want few columns to be listed here. Sales territory, country region code, English country region name, and city. That's it. So you can see I'm pulling this information based on few columns, not complete. I'm not doing a star here. I'm selecting few columns. So if I do an OK here, it will create a dimension table for me with selected columns. Now here this is how we use a named query. So that's what a conclusion is. So named query is beneficial for you to hide the list of columns and also to pull the data based on multiple tables. So you can do join and stuff using your named query. So you have option to write query there, and you can write a join statement and pull the data. So that's more about your named query. The second topic which should be understood is I would say add relationship. I think that is missing here. Okay, new relationship. So this topic, let me cover it because I have bought my geography dimension here, so I don't have any relationship here. So in previous scenario we have seen that dim geography is dependent or directly related to your dim customer table. It's not directly related to your fact table, so it's indirectly related to your fact table. And this whole design or schema is snowflake schema, it's not a star schema. So let me connect this. So this is how you add your new relationship. If you want to modify, you can just go edit. See, your source is dimension customer and your destination is geography customer. So we have to map this. So this is your source and this is your destination. So we have mapped directly by dragging. Instead of that, you can just click like this and new relationship, and it will prompt you this window. You can select the required column based on source and destination. So that's more about your relationship. Nothing but connecting your table with a dependent table. So we are good with named query and new relationship. The third topic is add or remove table. So again, I want to remove this dim geography. So removing table is done. Let me right click here. It prompts me add or remove table. Just click here and go for dim geography, add it and do OK. So it has automatically related and bought me a dim geography table. So this is how you pull. I mean, if you forget to add some table, and in due course if you want to add the table, just right click and add the table. That's how you include your table which you have missed or which prompted based on your business requirement. So I believe we are good with named query, add or remove table and relationships. The fourth topic, which is very important in this particular video, in DSV, while discussing DSV in detail, data source view in detail, is named calculation. So here you have named query, add or remove new relationship, but where to find name calculated named calculation. So just click here. So when you hit on your dimension and right click, you will find this. So just click here, it will prompt you column name. So I'll be writing it as full name, first name, middle name and last name. So I want to compute my column. For that I can just write so I'm computing my full name from 3 columns. So if you want to compute or derive your columns based on some columns, so you can do that. So you are not actually modifying your table, you are modifying your logical schema and designing your columns appropriately based on your requirement. So in my cube, when I show something on report, I don't want 3 names splitting. I want combined name or full name instead of having first, middle and last name. So that I can do by computing my column by creating a named calculation. It's saying first name is invalid column. I have misspelled it. So now it has done for me. So let me show you how I see this data. Just right click and do an explore data. So it will prompt you what all things you have in table. So I have first, middle and last name, and at the end of this you can see the full name has been computed. So this is how you use your named calculation. So see, if you want to edit this, just right click here, edit named calculation. So we have discussed few things here in DSV. That's more about DSV actually, because named query, which is actually used for hiding your columns or joining, bringing your data based on joins. And the second is adding and removing table from your data source view. Third is creating a relationship. Fourth is named calculation. So that's pretty much it, guys, in terms of DSV in detail. I'll be marking this video as completed. And one thing we haven't done so far is we haven't we have processed our cube, we have deployed our cube, but we haven't run queries on our database, multi-dimensional or OLAP database. So we will be doing that in this section, seventh topic. So please stay tuned, and we'll meet in next video. Thanks for watching.